we are here kind of celebrating a variety of, a celebration of Texanness, right? State track meet, a big celebration of Texanness. And another celebration of Texanness was going on north of Austin in Round Rock. Let's go to our chief barbecue correspondent, Greg Powers, for a report. Greg Powers, do you read me?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, okay.
Loud and clear.
Hey, it's good.
Copy.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay, good.
I'm
Good
here.
to see you. You had a big weekend. You went to, was this the fourth year that you went to the Texas High School BBQ State Championships down there in Round Rock, and you've become quite a veteran of this event.
I want to go ahead and tip my cap or say my thank yous right out of the gate to Greg Tepper and Ashley Pickle for making my barbecue dreams come true 4 years ago. 4 years ago at Llano, inviting me to attend this event, letting me roll in the DCTF swag wagon, RIP, and taking me down there to meet some of now my closest friends.
Very good friend. You have barbecue friends.
I do.
Yeah.
And
look at them. Have you ever seen anyone as happy as Greg Powers?
That's me, like knowing that I'm about to eat so many bites of barbecue, like heading in. That was the first photo I took there as I landed on the scene. But so many great teams, 98 teams competed in this year's event. I want to give a special shout out to Tilden. They got in a wreck on the way to the event. They totaled their truck, they totaled their trailer. They weren't able to compete. That would have been Team 99. No athletes, I'm calling these people athletes.
Absolutely.
No athletes, student athletes were hurt or coaches were hurt in
That's
the
the most
accident,
important
but
thing,
they were
absolutely.
not able to make it. So I just wanted to make sure that we mentioned them. But High School BBQ Inc., who puts this on, had 98 teams. Chuck Schoenfeld, Marty Schoenfeld, they do a tremendous job every year with their staff there. Some of my favorites are a couple of the people who helped me in the judging, Anita and Jan, and of course Marcus, who compiles all the scores. So shout out to all the people, the great people at High School BBQ Inc., who put this event on every single year.
Now, we mentioned this, like we've been to the Barbecue State Championships before. You're a veteran there. We'll get to your judging here in a moment. But let's this is the first time, every podcast is somebody's first. Let's reset. This is not a UIL sanctioned event. It's run by our friends at High School BBQ Inc. But it is the Texas High School Barbecue State Championship. These are teams representing their schools.
Correct.
And in many instances, their coach is a teacher, or you know, at these schools. And there are barbecue coaches. And they compete, is it 5 events, 6 events? How many?
So they compete in 5 events. It is dessert, beans, chicken, ribs, and brisket.
Okay, and brisket.
And that's the order that they turn these things in.
And there are individual awards for each category.
Correct.
As well as a best in show, basically.
The grand champion.
Yeah, the grand champion. Okay. So you can win in dessert, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win the entire grand championship.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the winners a little bit later on, some of the teams that won it. But I will say that everything is tremendous. The event is extremely well ran, and I'm blown out of the water with how talented these teams are. You know, they get up at 4. Well, they're up before that. The competition basically kicks off at 4 a.m. and that's whenever they're stoking the fires and getting everything ready to go. By the time the 6 o'clock hour hits, all coaches and people that have helped them up to this point are not allowed to help them at all. They have to be 20 feet behind basically like a caution tape or a rope that keeps them out of the competition. So this is solely on the student athletes. And you're talking about some of the best barbecue that you've ever eaten that's done fast and hot, which I think is like harder to do than low and slow.
And you think about it, it's like a coach, right? It's like, think about a football coach. Like, a coach can't run onto the field and take the snap for a player. Like,
right.
He's got to be on the sideline. He can tell them what to do, but at that point, it's like, all right, you guys got to go off and do your thing.
It's out of their hands, and these kids are amazing chefs, and it was on full display this weekend. Okay,
so I want to talk a little bit. You are now a 4-time, and by the way, as somebody who has been to this event, he's not joking. This is elite level.
It's real deal.
The kind that you would go and pay significant sums of money to eat. But Powers just walks around and eats for free. So you are now a 4-time Texas High School BBQ State Championship judge.
Correct.
Can you tell us about your judging experiences here?
So this year I did chicken and ribs. Going back to my roots, the first year I did chicken. To me, those are my two favorite categories to judge. One, because I think chicken is extremely hard to cook, right? Two, ribs is like right in the sweet spot time-wise, so you're really going to get some excellent ribs. And three, if you're judging brisket, then you can't walk around and try all the briskets.
Yeah.
So I like to walk around and be able to try as many briskets as possible. So
Not just a hat rack, folks. He's a
and
smart
this
guy.
is like exclusive. I told you that there's like a rope that you can't. We're the only ones behind the rope.
Yeah.
Like we're able. So you're not able to try brisket until after they've turned it in.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to wait for them to turn it in because you don't want to give any feedback or like anything like that. So after they've turned it in, then you're able to try a bite of these briskets and some of this barbecue. And the way the competition goes, by the time that, like the chicken judging, which is in the middle of the day, is over, beans and desserts are gone. Because the people that are waiting around, like, helping these kids, they've got like a pretty good support group. They're hungry. It's hard to find like a bite of a dessert or bean.
Because to just clarify this, like whenever you turn in dessert, you are turning in basically like a couple of servings of your dessert. You're not turning in like this entire tray of dessert. And same thing with like chicken and brisket and ribs. You're not turning in, 6 racks of ribs. What you're doing is you're maybe cooking 6 racks of ribs, and then you're picking out the select few that you're going to turn into the judges.
Well, it's even stiffer competition than that. They are only allotted a certain amount of meats. So I think that they've only cooked 1 or 2 racks of ribs. I think it's only 1 rack of ribs. So I'm like,
There's
you have
no margin for error.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You have to nail it. And you might have seen some of the photos going through here, but Reagan County turned in a banana cake baked by Karma Yarbara and Giselle Sosa. That was amazing. They cooked this in the smoker, man. Like it was like
it was smoked banana cake.
it was like this tall.
Oh my god!
You know what I mean?
There
so
it is.
Like there are some amazing things done at this competition. When they showed me the picture of this banana cake, I was like, "There's not one bite left anywhere." They're like, can I scrape the pan like just to try it?
And let's remember, these chefs, they're 16. They're 17 years old, right? Like these are not, they're student athletes. Like to be able to do this is unbelievable. So you get in, you are selected. Let's be honest, you're selected to be a judge in the chicken, right? So take us through. Tell us about the judging process.
So
How about we see it first?
Okay.
Why don't we see it?
Chicken, and I got to tell you, I might have had the winner this year. I might have had the winner. There were at least 3 chickens that I judged that were just flat out amazing. The kids brought it again this year. Amazing barbecue job. Weather's perfect out here at Round Rock. Can't wait to judge the ribs. It's coming up next.
Okay, so you heard it there.
3 perfect 10s.
3 perfect 10s.
3 perfect 10s.
And you don't hand. I know you're a discerning judge.
Yeah, I take it serious. Like the first year that we went into it was like, just happy to have the opportunity to do it. You want to do a good job because you want to make sure that you represent the winning team correctly, right? Like, but the year that we first went, they broke it down to, all right, there was like waves of the competition. You went everyone to a semifinal table to a final table. They don't do it quite the same way. They came up with a better system to make it more fair across the board as more teams got into the competition. I think there were probably, I can't remember how many teams there were that first year we went, but it's 100 teams now. So there's lots of judges. There were 10 tables who basically tried 10 different boxes of each food, okay? And then you score on a scale of 1 to 10 the chicken or the ribs or whatever. And that's how the judging breaks down. So a 10 is the perfect bite.
Yeah.
And at the end of the competition, maybe you could think, oh, well, box number 24 was a better 10 than number 21. But when you take that bite, you judge that bite by itself, setting its own standard for what you tasted. And I had 3 out of 10 perfect 10s
unbelievable.
in chicken. The lowest score that I had in chicken was 7.
I don't think I could.
So
cook
this
a-
was
I
like
don't- I do not think I could cook a 7 chicken.
No.
I said the 7 chicken was probably close to what I've cooked on my smoker at home. Like I'm like a 6 or a 7.
Right.
in comparison to what these kids are doing.
Unbelievable.
But the 310s, like, if I could have found a way to like sneak that chicken, into my bag, into my Dave Campbell's backpack.
Oh, I love that. Oh, yeah.
But I didn't, Anita, bless her heart, I didn't want to like make her worry that, one of the judges wasn't acting right. She's always so helpful to me.
I need you to be more sneaky next year.
Chicken thief.
Chicken thief.
I
Chicken
got a
thief,
good
Greg
ribs
Powers.
judging story for you guys.
Okay, a ribs judging story with Greg Powers.
Again, no bad bites. The low score I think I had was a 6 in ribs, and it was,
I don't think I could get a 4.
yeah, the low score I had was a 6. It was a little bit too salty, is why it was a 6. It was just oversaturated a little bit with salt. But I had 110. And the 10, I figured out a new judging technique that I'd like to share with all my judging friends watching this
interesting.
show.
Yeah, this is an educational program.
So I have a process when I judge the ribs. Slice it down the middle, get to the bone, slice it this way so I can get a bit of the top and the end so I can get like a fair bite. I try to do that for every rib that I judge the same way. Trying to get the same bite the same way. Well, the perfect 10 rib that I had this year, I put my knife in the middle, sliced it down, and when I went to slide it off, the whole rib slid off the bone. And I ate one whole rib, and one bite.
Legend.
And you were like,
And I was like, this is the
This
way
can't
I
be-
this is
can't
the
do
way I
it.
want to do it every time.
can't do any better than this. That's the standard. Okay, so who won? Let's run through the winners here.
So I guess, Pickle, do you want me to start in third place?
Yeah, let's go third place.
So in third place, you had Burnt Offerings
Okay.
from Van Vleck. And you'll see the gentleman there, third from your left with the hat.
Yep. That's not helpful.
We covered him.
With the hat is not helpful.
Third
They
from your
all
left.
have hats.
Redheaded gentleman close to the middle.
Got it.
We met him in Van Vleck when he was a freshman when we were in Llano.
No way.
Together. And
That's
now he's a
awesome.
senior competing in the barbecue state
Taking home- and
championship.
taking home third place?
Taking home third place. So congratulations to Burnt Offerings.
Okay,
In
excellent.
second place, you had La Mesa Smoke Squad. La Mesa Smoke Squad from La Mesa, who did a tremendous job
Way out
there. You'll
west.
see their team. And
Cool.
what I find interesting is like each of these teams have their own recipes, but like the West uses a little bit of a different smoking technique than like Dallas that likes to use mesquite.
Yeah, you'll probably get like different flavor profiles.
Oak,
just-
I think it was
yeah,
like very
exactly.
oak, and sometimes you'll get like some fruity notes on some of the smokes, but it's just
I also-
amazing.
I also think it's interesting. Like there are different sizes to these teams. Like this team's got five athletes. Other teams have like 8. The other thing, and we've mentioned this, Pickle, when we went out there to Llano. One of the things I love about this is that like this is a co-ed like thing.
Oh,
this
yeah.
Is you got the girls in there with the boys all working together towards the common cause and forming a team. I think that's pretty unique. I think in competition.
Oh, yeah. Tennis would be the only other one because even golf, your tournaments are separate. So tennis are the only ones where girls and guys can compete on the same playing field.
Your first place finish, the grand champion,
Boom.
Ingleside's Mustang Smoke Show, took home, I guess the gold, you can say. Took home that huge trophy that you'll see there for being this year's grand champion. And really cool thing about this year's winner, I got to spend time with this team out in the field before they won. I had no idea that they were winning, so I didn't get to try their brisket, but I got to see their brisket on the smoker and look at their ribs and like talk to them about kind of some of the stuff that they.
Is that
turned
their
in.
smoker?
Yeah, that's their smoker setup, so you can
The
see that
barrel?
They, yeah, they smoke the brisket in that barrel. The brisket is in this barrel while
gosh.
That's
we're
awesome.
taking this photo. So there's only 3 competitors here you'll see in this picture, and you want to know why? Because after they were done cooking their chicken, dessert, and beans, the guys that were responsible for that had to go to prom. So they
That's
came out.
awesome.
They came out at 4 a.m.
What a day.
Did their jobs and then went back to Ingleside to go to prom. So
I love his shirt. Says trust, loyalty, integrity, and I'm assuming the bottom one is results.
Yeah,
which
and
feels right when
they
you talk
delivered.
about barbecue.
By the way, that is a 3.5-hour drive. You don't know, Ingleside's down the coast and like down south. So it's a 3.5-hour drive. So they had to get on the road and change into a tux in a hurry.
Ingleside High School, not just known for 39 touchdown man Jadon Smith
Absolutely.
anymore, who signed with North Texas. They're also known for Mustang Smoke Show, who is this year's grand champion at the high school barbecue competition put on by High School Barbecue Inc.
The barbecue champions of Texas. Congratulations to them, and congratulations again to High School Barbecue Inc. for another outstanding event.
And me.
And to
Congratulations to me.
Congratulations to Greg Powers, now a
Ate
four-time
a rib in
state
one bite.
barbecue judge. And yeah, that's you really are. I feel so good for you. I just feel good for you.
I want to take a second and give one piece of special love to Marnie Schoenfeld, who helps direct everything. She broke her kneecap on Wednesday before the event this year, and she was still there in a wheelchair to help everybody. She sets up all the judges, does all the, really just the nuts and bolts of running the day-to-day. Like, she was there running everything despite the fact she was in severe pain. She was playing through injury this year.
Playing hurt.
And I just want to make sure that she gets some extra special love. Marty, thanks for everything that you do, and thanks for having me out. And most importantly, thanks for inviting me back next year.
You already got the
I'm
invite?
already invited
Let's
back,
go.
so
All right.
I'll be there.
It'll be there. There it is, the Texas High School Barbecue State Championships with our chief barbecue correspondent, Greg Powers.